Hello, welcome to the Playful Enchantress, and this is our my own very first YouTube video. Da 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 da! My name is Leah, and I am a mom, business owner, a person who has struggled to keep my home under control and also have any type of routine that helps me feed myself, bathe myself, clean my house, get out of the house on a reasonable time, drink water, all of that. And all of that stuff was so hard for me that I became an incredible expert on creating systems for running a house. And I was a massage therapist for the last 20 years, and I'm an incredible healer, and I can do really cool things with energy and changing the way that energy moves through people's bodies. And I also can do really amazing things with how energy moves through your life. And so from here, we're going to do some work on how energy moves through your life. And every week I'm going to do a reading on, I'm going to start with this deck, but I might use different decks, but I'm basically just going to do a free card pull, and it's going to allow me to step into an intuitive space for our collective homes and systems and give us some direction for the week ahead on how we're going to live in our house and how maybe we're going to change some of the systems around how we take care of ourselves. So that's how we're going to do it. It's going to be great. I am so excited to join you in this and have this for myself too, because this is like a really good practice for all of us. And then next week, I'll come back on Friday, 9 o'clock. There'll be a new reading. I'll record them on Thursdays, post them Friday morning so that we're all on the same page. And I really hope that you can join me in the comments and see how any of this stuff landed for you. Also, you can come over to Threads. Let's make this fun. Let's all talk. I love talking. And if you have any questions, I can never stop answering them. So let's go. So this is the picture book of Anna Cortez playing card deck. I've had this card deck since I was in my late teens. It is like really one of my favorite decks. It's a little different reading playing cards versus reading tarot. One of them is that there's not really set meanings in playing cards like there are for tarot. There are different schools of reading playing cards. Reading playing cards is very ancient. It's a bit older than tarot. Because of that, different traditions read cards differently. So I have my own interpretations based on some sources and also just years of using these cards. So that's where I come from here. And they're out of print, but I think there is a similar deck by the same artist that has some of the same cards and some different cards if you're interested in finding them. So here we go. Ooh, the Wind Cape. So this is a 5. 5s are transition cards, and it's the 5 of clubs, which is air. This guy is in a cape that is blowing all around him, and so he's having a lot of trouble staying grounded. And I think with the way that the world is right now, we're all having a lot of trouble staying grounded. So this is inviting me to step into this space and say to you, what practices and habits in your home can we build to stay grounded? So instead of what I thought this was going to be for our first reading, which is like declutter, I'm thinking landing pad. I'm thinking, what's their opening and closing process for your day? One of the most life-changing things that ever happened in our family was having a dishes practice where we actually do the dishes every night. That didn't happen for a long time, and now the dishes are done pretty much every night, and that helps us ground into our home. And what are those grounding practices, and can you develop those? So that's an invitation for this week, is creating something grounding and pulling energy out from around us, like all that, what are we doing? Our government is a mess and everything's awful and I don't know where to put my energy. I don't know what to do. Let's ground. And since this was asked in the context of what to do in our homes, let's ground into our homes. Meaning, what do you do to feel settled in your house? When you go away on vacation, what do you do when you come home? Do you do the laundry? Do you make a dinner? Do you make stew? Do you vacuum? What's the thing that brings you solace and joy in your house? Is it lighting candles? Is it playing music? Is it watching movies with your family? What's the thing? And let's bring that up in our homes so that we can rest a little bit and take that energy that's swirling and actually go somewhere with it. Actually take that energy out of ourselves and make a change with it. Because if we're sitting around going, what do I do? We're not doing anything. And we can use our homes as a safe launching pad to go forth and create something. So this week, this is Friday, so like end of the day today, let's open your home to the weekend. Say, do you have the weekends off? If you don't, then do this when you're gonna have the day off. Be like, tomorrow is a day at home. I am at home. When you walk in the door, maybe greet your house. Hello, home. I'm here. We're gonna be here. And if there are things in your house that are creating that wind cape feeling, that are the cause of the craziness, the message I'm getting right now is to write it down. I feel unmoored in my house when the dishes are undone. I feel like the scramble to get dinner on the table when I have no plan is the most stressful point of the day. Find that point. This is coming. This is the information that's coming. So find that moment in your day that makes you the craziest, that makes you feel the most ungrounded, and triangulate that problem and see where you can ground that problem. So I'm imagining for us, one of the wildest parts of the day is like the kids trying to leave the house to get on the bus, and how one of them always just walks away, and then we're like, get on the bus, get out the door, and everybody's emotions are high. So where is that in your day? Is it the scramble to make dinner when everyone's a little hangry? Is it bedtime? Is it for you, like you come home from work and you walk in the door and everything's a little bit chaotic and that doesn't feel nice? Let's look for that. Look for that moment. Like, just go through your day and go, I know. And if I ask you, what's that? And the first thing that pops into your head, sometimes that's just the answer. It's like, it's when I'm trying to get the kids in bed and I'm trying to answer an email and all this stuff's happening. What is it? And how can you create a routine to change it? And what could be done to change it? Is it something physical, like a landing pad for backpacks? Is it a routine like getting the dishes done every night so that in the morning you're not rushing and looking for pots and pans and lunch boxes? What's the thing that's going to take the craziness out of the day and put something really pleasant in its place? Something can be done. I know a lot can't be done, but sometimes things can be done. And that's where this card is saying to me, if this is an advice card, take that wind cape, take that feeling of everything's blowing around you, and where can we calm it down? Where can we take our intellect, which is the spades, thoughts, and the transition? Even the transition part of that card is interesting because I'm thinking coming home, going out, like what are the transitions that cause the trouble? Maybe because my family has the most trouble with transitions, but what is that? And how can we create a routine or a dreamy ritual around that? make that something pleasant. Sometimes when something's chaotic, the answer is actually to make it like so pleasant, right? Like making dinner and getting everyone to sit down at the table at our house can feel wild. So maybe we make a ritual around it and make it a whole thing where we light the candles and we all get water and we sit down and we hold hands. Do we do this every night? No. But is that a dream that could maybe take away some of the hecticness? Yes. And then you do that enough, you build enough of that, and then your day is like pretty smooth. You know, if you just keep going with the worst thing first, you're going to get pretty smooth. So find that one thing that's the most hectic, the most chaotic, the most unmooring, the most ungrounding, and see what the inverse is and see where you can go with that. You know, I think a lot of us are very overwhelmed with laundry, and then the laundry's not getting done, and then maybe looking for socks is like the hardest thing. Trying to find something right when you're leaving and it's not where it's supposed to be. Let's think about that and spend the weekend before the next week going, what's tweakable here? You don't have to jump in and rearrange the entire house and rearrange your entire life, but what's tweakable to find that deepness, that depth, where the wind cape's not going to blow us over because we're connected to the soil. We're connected to the earth. So that's my invitation from that card for us. And then moving forward, you know, where can you go from being actually stable and centered? Where can you go from there? If your home is functioning and you're not feeling blown about and you're actually able to focus, what can you do out in the world a little bit better? Where can we go from here? So that's my message for this week. And we'll see. Maybe I'll want to do this more than once a week. I feel like I could do this again on Monday, but let's not get ahead of ourselves, guys. Okay, let's not wind cape myself blowing all over the place trying to do this all the time. I'll see you on Friday, and I will have a newsletter out on Wednesday this coming week. If you want to subscribe to that, I'll put the link down at the bottom, and hopefully I'll see you next week. Subscribe. This is brand new. It's brand new. So let's go. I'm so excited. Mwah. Welcome.